Wait for it. And we're live.
Wow, it's almost like you planned that.
I
Tommy.
did plan that, actually. Yep, music ended right when we meant it to.
Wow, that is production value right there.
Welcome to another TFLnow live show. With me, of course, is my friend Michael.
Hey guys.
And Jeff. Jeff, introduce yourself. That's actually really cool.
Yeah,
that
good.
is super cool. Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks
We're
for that
so
story.
glad to have you on the show.
So what are we talking about today, Michael?
We've got so much to talk about, Tommy. So on Friday, FCA had a huge meeting in Italy in Balocco. I don't know how to speak Italian. But they had a big shareholder meeting in Italy where Marchioni went over the 5-year plan for FCA. And there is a lot to talk about from Jeep, Ram, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, Chrysler, Fiat, Dodge, all the brands. And we're just going to talk about everything that they mentioned in that shareholder meeting.
Yes, we are. We've got some more news about what's coming up on the Fastlane car and the Fastlane truck.
Yep.
And I think it is now time to cue the intro. There's a little cowbell in there. Every intro needs just a little bit of cowbell.
Just a touch of cowbell. So as always, guys, I'll be watching the chat, talking to you all in the chat. So if you have any comments or questions, be sure to put them in the comments here, and I will read them out, and we can discuss them. But let's just jump right in. We've got some fat to chew, as Roman was saying. We've got to talk about a lot of stuff today. So let's just get started with Jeep and what their plans are for the next 5 years.
Yeah, so these plans are pretty much from now until 2022, and this is what's going on. So according to FCA, their goals are that by 2022, 1 in every 12 global utility vehicles will be a Jeep.
That's good news for you, Tommy.
Yeah, you need to do your winning noise. Oh!
The what?
Oh!
That
there
one.
It is. There's the winning noise.
The air horn. That's what it, yeah. So ambitious production goals for Jeep. But obviously, Jeep is FCA's biggest moneymaker.
Yeah, come on, Jeff.
Oh,
Step up the game,
no.
Jeff. God.
So Jeep makes, I think the number is about 70% of FCA's profits come exclusively from Jeep. And so they're going to make a lot of investments to try and grow the brand, especially in the global market. They've been doing that lately. They're selling a lot of Jeeps in Europe.
Yeah.
They're going to move it to China as well. So 1 in 12 global utility vehicles will be a Jeep. They're also, of course, going to start introducing a lot more plug-in hybrids. So the plan in the next 5 years, which is by 2022, they're going to have 10 plug-in hybrid vehicles and 4 fully electric vehicles. So, you know, ambitious electrification plans for Jeep, but that makes sense. That's kind of where the auto industry is trending these days, so electrification is good news for them probably.
Yeah, so that's 7 new and refreshed models by 2022. Look. Here is our editor, Zach, did a really nice job laying this out, Zach. That is some good work right there. And I think that's FCA who did that.
Yeah, it's 100% FCA.
But look at this. We've got a new Renegade.
Yep.
It's going to be gray and looks like it's going to come with a cover.
Yep.
Refresh Compass, also exclusively in gray with a cover.
Right.
A lot of grays with covers here. So.
Yes, but we've got a new Grand Commander.
Yep.
Without a cover. That doesn't come with a cover.
Yeah.
There's the Wrangler as well. They're going to introduce a sub-Renegade, so they're going to have a crossover,
How do you
CUV.
have a smaller Renegade?
I don't know. That thing's tiny, dude.
It's like a mountain bike.
But they're going to make something even smaller than that, a compact crossover, which is a red-hot segment right now. Yeah, they're going to facelift the Compass. They're going to facelift a bunch of different FCA models, but 7 newer refresh models by 2022.
How much smaller can these crossovers get? Like, what point do we start seeing like a single-seater crossover, where it's just you
Or
like
a
in a little,
crossover?
like in a little bubble,
Well,
right? Just cruising around.
BMW has the X2, which is supposed to look like a coupe, but it's a compact crossover. I suspect maybe they'll take like a Fiat 500 platform and then put a raised body on it.
Oh!
And that'll be as small
This
as
is
it
what
gets.
we need. No, this is what we need. We need a Fiat Panda 4x4 with a Jeep badge on it.
That
would be so
could
cool.
very well be what we get, actually.
Yeah, that is what we need.
That seems very possible. So yeah, some other interesting things from Jeep. They're going to introduce a subscription service. So this is kind of a new idea to the car market, but what you're going to be able to do is you're going to pay a monthly fee, probably over a certain time frame, maybe 9 to 12 months or so. And what you'll do is you'll pay for the car, you'll pay for insurance, and you'll also be paying for a concierge service that'll come pick up and drop off the car for you. But that's a new way that Jeep is going to be marketing vehicles and offering them to consumers without forcing you to actually buy a vehicle, which Volvo is going to introduce something similar in the near future, and I assume other companies are going to do the same as well.
I think that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, well, I think for Jeep, especially for the Wrangler, it maybe doesn't make the most sense because Wranglers are vehicles that are ultimately customizable, and I would say that a big percentage of Wrangler buyers, at the very least, customize the crap out of their vehicles. You've done that. Pretty much half the Jeeps in Colorado are very custom. So that subscription service maybe doesn't make sense for Wrangler, but it could make sense for some of their other vehicles like the Renegade or the new Sub Renegade and stuff of the like where people aren't going to be customizing them too much.
Okay, now let's take a quick little news break here. I think Jeff has some news about Subaru. Jeff, do you want to tell us the news about Subaru here?
Oh, really? I think
okay, and back to FCA. That is your TFL Subaru news here. Now, Ram has got some exciting stuff going on as well. By 2020, they hope to sell 1 million units across the brand.
Oof. It's a lot of Rams. So Ram is currently the 4th biggest truck seller in the U.S.
What are the top 3 globally?
Globally, excuse me. Behind Ford, Chevy, what's the other one?
Toyota.
Sorry. But they're gonna be introducing a new TRX. That's probably the biggest news from Ram. Tatra. So the TRX was a concept that came out.
Iveco is number 5 there, Michael Curtis.
Wow. We're going to the TRX. The TRX was a concept that came out in 2016 at SEMA, and it's kind of like a Raptorified Ram, right? So it's going to be like a desert runner. And the cool thing about it is that it might have the Hellcat engine. Now, the concept that came out at SEMA had 575 horsepower out of a 6.2-liter supercharged V8, but there's a good chance they just give it all 707 and let people have fun with it.
Why is that a good chance?
Well, why would you detune it? You already put...
Because you don't need 707 horsepower in a Ram.
Well, you don't need 707 horsepower in a Grand Cherokee either, do you?
Whatever. Okay.
It could have 707 horsepower, but they're also going to bring out the new 2500 and 3500, the heavy duties. Will get facelifted in 2019. And there's a new midsize pickup coming, which hasn't been confirmed to be the Dakota, but could be the Dakota.
I think it's going to be a new Rampage. So I'm going to say that it's going to be this is just all speculation, guys.
Completely speculation.
This is speculation, but I think it's going to be based off the Fiat 500L. It's going to be called the Dodge Rampage.
The 500L, interesting.
Yeah, and
so it won't be body on frame, you don't think?
No, it won't be body on frame. It's going to be front-wheel drive only. Those are my predictions. Let's see that happen. But no, if it is called the Dakota, the last Dakota said goodbye to us in 2011.
Long time ago.
And they are kind of missed, actually. I really like the Dakota.
Well, yeah, mid-size trucks are getting hot again. We got the Colorado, we got the Tacoma, we got a new Ranger coming soon. And I think Dodge is realizing that they're missing out on a pretty hot market, and it's time to jump in there.
Check this out. Is this a TFL shot?
It is a TFL shot.
Look
Yeah,
at
look,
the
you
white
little
camera.
white Sony right there.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay. And then we also have a new Ram ProMaster City.
Ooh, a new van.
New van.
New van. Oh, look at that. That looks like a Panda, actually.
Wait, have you seen a Panda?
I have seen a Panda.
That looks nothing at all like a Panda.
That looks very Panda-like.
Okay.
The shape, this line is very Panda.
Michael, we are going to have to cut
that
this
looks
out.
A lot like that is not true. That looks like a Panda.
I'm bringing up a Panda. Nothing at all like a Fiat Panda. The Fiat Panda is a lot smaller. It looks nothing at all. That's a van. Anyway.
Okay. All right.
The hashtag van life
Look
is
at this.
huge.
No, this is reminiscent at worst of a Panda. Hold on. I've got it. I've got this.
It doesn't look like a Panda.
It does look like a Panda.
More Subaru news.
Oh.
Okay, we've got Jeff. We've got some more Subaru news for you guys.
We've got some more Subaru news. Really?
See, it's interesting they're doing that because I didn't think there was a market for a motorized skateboard.
Well,
but if Subaru says there is, thanks, Jeff.
You know what the bummer is, though? It's still going to have a CVT.
Really?
Yeah. That's what Jeff told me. Yeah.
Okay, Jeff, thanks for that news.
Thanks, Jeff.
That's some exciting news.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
So the other thing that Ram is doing is they aim to be the second global truck van brand by 2022. So
So they're gonna move. They're trying to move from fourth to second.
So check this out. There's our new TRX.
Yep.
All new heavy duty.
Yep.
New midsize, new ProMaster City, and then the ProMaster's just still hanging out.
I've never heard of a mid-size truck called a metric ton size truck, but there you go.
There you go.
It's a metric ton.
It's a metric ton.
It's a
size
metric
truck.
ton. All right, so now we can move on to Alfa Romeo. That's pretty much all the news for Ram. So Alfa, by 2022, their biggest goal is to increase sales by 26% by 2022. So they want to sell 700,000 Alfa Romeos in 2022. And so to do that, they're going to introduce some new models. First up is the return of the 8C. So the 8C came out a little while ago. It's a mid-engine sports car, beautiful, pretty quick. But this new one is going to be electric. It's going to be electrified. So it's going to have a mid-engine layout with electric motors. It's going to be 700 horsepower, and it's going to do 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds.
It also looks like an Apple Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, it does look a little mouse-like, but it's got the little 4-leaf clover, so it's good.
The quadrifolio.
The quadrifolio. Yeah, so this is the only image we have of it so far. I suspect we'll be seeing a lot more of that when we get closer to its launch date. But that's the first car they're introducing. The second one they're introducing is a new GTV. So the GTV is like a Grand Touring coupe. It'll have 50-50 weight distribution. That's big news, Tommy. It's going to have 600 plus horsepower, which is another obscenely large horsepower figure. It's going to be all-wheel drive, and it's going to have room for 4 passengers. So it'll be a 4-passenger Grand Tourer rather than a 2-passenger Grand Tourer. And again, this is the only image that we have of it so far, but I suspect we'll be seeing more in the near future.
E-Boost.
E-Boost.
Can we go back to that picture of the 8, please?
Yeah.
It really does look like a computer mouse, like, you know.
It's a weird. It also looks like the Mach 5 from Speed Racer.
From Speed Racer.
Doesn't it look kind of Mach 5-y?
I gotta be honest. I do not like the new Alfa Romeo design language.
Really?
I think, like, I know you fell in love with that Giulia we had, the quadrifolio.
I did. That was a great car.
It didn't do it.
Didn't push your buttons?
No.
See, I think it looks good. I suspect this will look good too, because the 8C was pretty gorgeous. That's a good looking. The old one.
Yeah, the 8C was.
The 8C was gorgeous. The 4C is actually kind of cool too. I think this will look good. I think actually, by my initial impressions, I like the look of the GTV a little more. I think it's kind of I like that proportion with the long hood and the short cab.
Any shout outs, Mike?
We got a lot of comments, dude. There's people commenting from all over the place.
They're all like, the ProMaster City looks nothing like a Panda.
Everything,
that is what everyone is saying right now.
People are actually most interested in that Subaru skateboard. That's not true. Everyone's saying hi, hello guys, welcome, thanks for commenting.
Saying hello.
Everybody, so many people. Hari,
It's
Jordan.
Harry, isn't it Harry?
Harry, H-A-R-I, Harry, Mitchell, Wesley. Hi guys, hello everyone. Trent says, thoughts on the TRX. Tommy, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts.
Well, no, but THOTS, thoughts.
Thoughts on
Yes.
the TRX. I think it would be really, really, really cool if they did it, or when they do it.
When they do it.
What I'm hoping though is that they will actually stick to this formula. So I think it would be easy to do another Rebel-like package where you just, slap on some different, bumpers, some fender flares.
Yeah.
Up the horsepower 20 on a 5.7, and I think that would be very disappointing. So I think that they should absolutely do it, but go all out on it. Because if I'm being completely honest, if you look at the half-ton segment right now, and you look at Raptor competitors, there's not much of a true Raptor competitor out there, in my opinion.
The Power Wagon is a competitor, but it's a different sort of off-roading vehicle.
Yeah, but it's a very different vehicle.
Heavy-duty truck.
Well, the Power Wagon is also an
heavy-duty
HD truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you look at something like the Rebel, right?
Yep.
I mean, you're not really getting any more performance with the Rebel over a standard 1500 Ram. You do get slightly upgraded tires and appearance and a slight lift. I think it's like a 1-inch lift. But the Raptor is so much more than just a slightly updated appearance package with some tires, right? It's completely different sheet metal. You've got a more powerful EcoBoost under the hood. That's significantly more powerful than your standard F-150. You've got that crazy technologically advanced suspension for 2019 that Fox is doing.
It's adaptive.
It's adjustable on the fly. Yeah, it's adaptive on the fly now. You know, they really went all out. And you know, my dad, Roman, has been going on and on about this for a long time, and he's absolutely right. Even if you look at in the mid-size segment, something like the ZR2, right? The ZR2 has those berserk multimatic shocks, which are really cool.
Yeah, they're
they
great.
have the front and rear locking differentials, which is really cool.
Yep.
They got the design right. You know, they have all these formulas, but then they miss the engine, right?
Yeah.
So
the Colorado misses the engine.
yeah, you're still running the regular 3.6 or that 2.8 Duramax that you get
Yeah.
in your standard Colorado.
Yeah.
And the Power Wagon in the HD segment is kind of similar. You know, you get the updated appearance package, you get the
Yeah.
bigger tires, you get the lift, you get front and rear lockers, you get the winch, but you don't get you know, an upgraded engine over a standard 6.4.
So Mitchell Long is talking about the 7-liter in the Raptor.
Yeah. No news on that. It's not going to happen. The 7-liter is not going to come to the Raptor.
As far as we know, it's not going to come to
the
the
19 is not getting the 7-liter V8.
That was like a huge amount of talk online about 19 Raptors couldn't get the 7-liter V8.
Yeah, and then it just didn't happen.
No, I don't see that happening.
No, and I like the EcoBoost in the Raptor, but I think it's missing a certain flair to it. It's fast. It's a fast truck. It makes a lot of power, but it doesn't sound very good, right?
Okay, so shameless plug here. Shameless plug.
Yep.
Andre and I got back from a trip. We went out to Utah and met with the TerraFlex guys.
Yeah.
And the TerraFlex guys are well known for the Jeep aftermarket parts, their suspension components.
Yep.
But they have a new brand that they're really focusing on trucks, both Ram, GM, and Ford. And that's the new Falcon line of shocks.
Yeah.
And the idea that we thought going into the video is, could you get similar capability out of a standard F-150 with a set of upgraded adjustable shocks that you would with the Raptor? So we went out and we compared a base model F-150 to the new Raptor to a STX F-150 that the Falcon guys had done up with their new F-150 suspension, that's front and rear shocks. And the results were pretty surprising. I'm not going to spoil it for you. That'll be coming up on the Fastlane truck pretty soon. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of exciting technology in the suspension world.
Yeah.
Be it Multimatic, be it what Fox is doing, even what the aftermarket community is doing. I really like to see some of that applied to this TRX, because the suspension in the standard Rebel is pretty cool. You can get the adjustable air suspension. Personally, I don't like that adjustable air suspension off-road.
Yeah.
I honestly have never been in either an air suspension or hydraulic suspension vehicle that performs all that well off-road in terms of ride quality at speed. So when you jack up something like a Range Rover or a Land Rover to its very highest settings, the damping is just so firm and it gets so tiring, you know, cruising around.
It's just jarring for a while, yeah.
At speed.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know, these Multimatic and the Fox technology comes in. I'd love to see that applied to the TRX. I'd also, I don't think they're going to do this, but it would be awesome. What if they made the TRX a HD truck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
How cool would that be?
That'd be really cool.
You know, have a Power Wagon-sized TRX that is able to go off-road at speed.
Yeah.
We went to a company a long while back, and they were doing these like Super Raptors or Mega Raptors, where they were converting F-250s and 350s.
Those things were nuts.
Yeah,
those
cool.
are huge. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were converting them into these big Raptors.
Subaru news.
Oh,
Oh. What do you got, Jeff?
no.
I don't buy it.
I don't buy it,
I
Jeff.
don't buy it for a minute. Nah, Jeff, you're full of it.
Maserati.
Okay.
Oh, Jeff.
All right, so anyways, on to Maserati, who is also looking to increase their sales, the trend for this 5-year plan. So Maserati, by 2022, they want to have 100,000 units in sales per year, and they want to be 100% electrified. That doesn't mean 100% fully electric, but at least 100% hybrid. So they're going to introduce 8 plug-in hybrid vehicles that are marked by these now blue covers instead of gray.
That's maybe, is that newsworthy?
The blue,
that might be
the blue
newsworthy.
covers.
You notice in this the product portfolio, they're blue covers.
Yes, and then they are going to have 4 all-electric vehicles, and one of those electric vehicles is called the Alfieri. It's going to be an electric vehicle coupe. It's going to be EV. It's going to have an aluminum space frame, so it's a spaceship basically. It'll be all-wheel drive with torque vectoring, and it'll do 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
Wow, 2 seconds, huh?
Yeah, 2 seconds, according to Alfa Romeo, or Maserati, excuse me. So that's the biggest news we've got about their upcoming EV.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think that Beetle behind us could do 0 to 6 in 2 seconds.
Mitchell Long just gave us $2.99.
Oh, Mitchell.
Wow,
Whoa,
Mitchell, thank
thanks,
you.
man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
So he sponsored the chat. That's really cool. Thank you so much. All right, what else? What else do we got?
No.
What do you mean?
You can't just move on past a 2-second 0 to 60 time.
It's really fast, but it's not as fast as the upcoming Tesla Roadster.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, like, at what point where are you going to do 0 to 60
just
in
picture
2
this,
seconds?
Tommy. All right, ready? You're at 0 right now, and then right now you're at 60.
But why do you need to get to 60 that fast? Like, where are you going that is that important where you have to hit 60?
What
in
if there's
2
a
seconds?
train coming and it's going to hit you?
Well, the gates will be closed.
But if you're stuck on the tracks on accident? Or what if, Tommy?
Dude, this is a Family Guy moment.
What if you come up to a light and there's a Hellcat next to you?
Michael.
No, and there's a Hellcat, and he rolls down his window, and he says that your new Maserati looks stupid. You have to prove him wrong.
That's too fast.
You can't just sit there and let this man
Right,
or
so
woman.
What about Fiat, Chrysler, Dodge?
Oh yeah, so this is what other people are asking about. So the big news we released on Friday was that there was a huge rumor that Chrysler would be getting axed in this 5-year plan. Now, when we contacted Chrysler on that day, they said that Chrysler was not going away, and it is confirmed that Chrysler is sticking around for now. But Chrysler, along with Dodge and Fiat, have not been given the same sort of investment that Jeep, Ram, Alfa, and Maserati have been given. So we don't really know anything about any upcoming new vehicles in the next 5 years for those 3 brands, Fiat, Dodge, and Chrysler. But for now, they're going to survive. For now.
Well, you know, if you look at like Dodge and their Challenger series, they've been building essentially the same vehicle, if we're, you know, with some major
totally.
updates since 2008, right? Like
Yep.
that Challenger has been around for an incredibly long time, and
Long
it's
time.
still selling, and it's still selling well.
Yeah.
And they're really good at, you know, pumping excitement back into that model, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, they came out with the SRT8, and that was like, whoa, this is so
Whoa,
cool.
cool, sweet.
And then
yeah.
they put that 392, and we were all like, whoa, what can they possibly do different?
Yeah.
And then they did the Hellcat, and we're like, 707 horsepower. There's no way it can get better than this.
Yeah.
And then,
the Demon came.
yep, and then 840 now.
And then they said, oh, the Hellcat didn't have enough tires, so they gave it a wider body and
With
bigger
the wide
tires.
body, yeah, and
Yeah.
they keep coming out with special editions and
Yep.
scat packs and all these cool, like, different nifty things, and it's still a relevant car today, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time to have a performance car.
What about Lancia?
No mention of Lancia either. Their plans are stagnant, as well as Fiat, Dodge, and Chrysler. But we don't get Lancia in the U.S.
Will Fiat stay in the U.S.? Repeat that.
So Roman is feeding us some good questions here. Will Fiat stay in the U.S.? And the answer is also unclear. For now, it seems like they will, but another rumor was that they might leave. So, you know, here's the thing, right? In the U.S., between Fiat, Dodge, and Chrysler, you really only have maybe 10 to 15 vehicles, right? I mean, Dodge has 5 vehicles on sale, Chrysler has 2, and Fiat has 3, right? 4. So, you know, between those companies, you've got, is that 12 or 13? I'm trying to do math on the fly here. 6 plus, yeah.
Major accounting.
Yeah, 11. It's 11 models.
Yeah.
It's 11 models between 3 brands, and we've just heard that the other 4 are going to be introducing like 25 over the next 5 years.
Yeah, Jeep is what? They're aiming for two new models a year, right? Two
New models a year for Jeep. Ram's going to have the new midsize, some refreshed heavy duties. Alfa's going to be bringing out 2 electric CUVs and the 2 electrified cars. Maserati's going to be bringing out 12 new vehicles. I mean, if you know, my thinking is based on this plan, while they aren't going to be killing Fiat, Dodge, and Chrysler yet, and Lancia yet, they might be moving them out very soon because they're clearly investing a lot more money in the other 4 brands in their company.
So Jeff has been working the phones in the last few minutes. We got some more Subaru news. Wow, that's a big scandal. This is a new thing.
This is breaking news, everybody, from Jeff.
Jeff, you better get back on the phone
Yeah.
and start talking.
Let's get to the press here, bud, and get some news articles.
Yeah,
written up.
stop laying around.
Yeah, what are you
Go
doing?
follow
Put
up
your
on
feet
that.
down. Go get to work.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Jeff.
Jeff is the best. Jeff is really the soul here at TFL.
Jeff
He
is a
makes-
slacker, dude.
He's not a slacker.
All right, so moving on. What else do we got to talk about, Tommy?
Rusty Bucket wants a shout out.
Rusty Bucket?
Yeah, he just wants a shout out.
Where did you come up with your name?
Rusty Bucket.
Like you had to be at your computer and be like, you know what, this YouTube channel?
Now, is it surface rust or is there some actual damage here? Because surface rust on a bucket could really be called patina, you know, at this...
Tommy, talking about, Rusty? How about the car behind you?
Oh yeah, okay. So this this is our new Beetle. It's a 71 Super.
Pause. That's actually really deep though, because a rusty bucket doesn't function as a bucket anymore if it's got holes in it.
Well, if there's a hole in the bucket.
Okay, yeah.
Dear Liza,
Anyways,
yeah.
we're done talking about the buckets now. Let's go talk about more
Oh,
stuff.
Trent says Jeff is lazy. Trent is right. Jeff is lazy. He's just sitting here.
Does more than you do. Anyways,
So this Super Beetle, it's a 71. You just bought it.
Well, I didn't just buy
TFL
it.
just bought it. I think we paid around $4,000 for it, and it's pretty clean. It's got 50-something thousand original miles on it. And so later this week, Volkswagen has invited me out to Pikes Peak to go check out their new specially developed race car just for the race coming up at the end of this month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive from here to Pikes Peak, which is something like 2.5 hours south, and I'm going to go interview their race car driver, Romain Dupont.
no,
What?
it's Romain Dumont.
Dumont. Oh, Dupont.
It's not Dumont, it's Dumont.
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 Romain Dumont.
Dumont.
Right, so
Yes,
my goal here, preview of the video I'm going to try and do, I'm going to see if I can get an interview with Volkswagen's race car driver in the slowest thing he's ever
What's the video
driven.
series going to be called?
Beetle Diaries.
Yeah, it's called the Beetle Diaries.
Super Beetle Diaries.
We're going to do everything with it.
No, we're going to put TFL tests.
We're going to do everything with it.
Every
We're going
single
through
test.
Every TFL test.
Ike Gauntlet. Gold Mine Hill. 0 to 60 eventually. MPG Loop.
Yeah. All of it, Michael. We're doing all of it.
Fully loaded. What's
Like,
We're
it
gonna,
gonna be?
fully loaded. We're going to put Kent, Roman, Nathan, and Andre, or me, the 4 heaviest guys at TFL. We're going to stuff them in a Beetle.
I think we should
And
strap
take 'em up-
Jeff to the roof.
We'll stuff Jeff up there. We'll put him in the middle, in the back maybe. We're just gonna load it up as much as we can and then go up the gauntlet.
Actually, rumor
Maybe.
has it, this is unsubstantiated, but I heard a rumor that Volkswagen is actually going to be running that car up the Pikes Peak run this year because
Is that from Jeff?
that
Yes,
is from
that's
Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeff did tell us that rumor.
He's our top reporter.
He is in the loop though. He is silent but deadly. He's like a fart. But anyway, Jeff.
Yeah, and he
Jeff
hangs around longer than you want him to.
Volkswagen. That's nasty.
Yeah,
Volkswagen is interested in using that car because it's a Super Beetle.
Right.
Do you know what the Super Beetle gives you?
A 1600cc engine and,
No, that's actually false. The
Oh.
regular Beetle has the same engine.
well, McPherson strut suspension in the front.
You're going to have to watch our first episode of the Beetle Diaries to find out.
And some like 125 section tires.
yeah, they're very,
Those might as well be bicycle
very
tires.
narrow. What else do we have going on?
We
on the
have
channel?
white walls. We're gonna get white walls. That's coming up
Yeah,
too.
Roman really wants white walls.
Yeah,
on it.
white walls.
They're going to get dirty.
And Fuchs wheels.
We're not putting Fuchs wheels.
If you
It's a
don't want-
Porsche wheel.
Yeah, but people put them on Beetles and
Yeah,
it
they
looks
look
cool.
stupid.
No, they look cool.
It looks
What
like
about
you're.
the Toyota versus Tundra video?
No, we're not done with this.
Yeah.
We are not done with this. You cannot put Porsche wheels on a Volkswagen.
Well,
That's-
it's basically a Porsche,
it's
Tommy.
like putting an M badge on a 2 Series.
Yeah, they did that and it was very successful.
Yes, but that's not the point. What do you want us to talk about?
Audi and Tacoma.
Oh yeah, so we were at the at our track this morning at IMI Motorsports Park, and we had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 vehicles there. So the first thing we filmed was an Audi Q5 drag race where we had the new SQ5, the new Q5 with the 2-liter turbo, and my dear Aunt Sue let me borrow her Q5 TDI to see how the 3 compared in a TFL mashup drag race. And then after that,
Well, I wanted to say we did.
oh yeah,
After that, we did some serious drag racing. We didn't drag race not 3, not 4, not 5, but 2 trucks. That is the Tacoma and the Tundra. We lined them up next to each other,
we did.
put the pedal to the metal,
Yes.
and the results may or may not surprise you.
They are surprising if you haven't seen the video, which you haven't because it hasn't been edited yet.
We sound like a BuzzFeed quiz. now.
Yes, yes.
You,
Multi-purpose reviewer says put 35s on the Beetle.
What if we make the Super Beetle a Super Baja Beetle with
They've done
McPherson's suspension?
actually, no. It's this is
Well, of course it's been done.
This is-
Everything that's been done to a Beetle has been done to a Beetle before.
Yeah, but actually the Super Beetles were not. So if you're making a Baja Bug, you
Mm-hmm.
don't want a Super Beetle. You want a standard Beetle.
Enlighten me. Why is this?
Because the front suspension is much more durable on a standard Beetle than a
So the
Super Beetle.
McPherson is better for handling, but not as good for longevity.
And you get 40% more trunk space. Look at all these numbers.
40% more trunk in the Super Beetle.
In the Super Beetle.
40%.
A minute and a half. Jeff has more Subaru news.
Oh
Yeah, that's just wrong.
no,
Jeff,
Jeff, you're gone.
you
You're
are
fired.
no, you are. You can get out of there.
Oh, Jeff.
That's just fake news, Jeff.
That was rude.
That was rude.
That was rude, Jeff.
We apologize to all you Subaru
I'm so
fans
sorry,
out there.
Subaru. That was uncalled for, Jeff.
Wow. Just laying around now. So ashamed.
Gosh, he is a lazy bastard, isn't he?
I have a quick question for
Yeah,
you guys.
go ahead,
Back
Zach.
around to FCA.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Jeep for like 30 seconds.
Sure, yeah.
2 cars we didn't talk about Jeep bringing back
Uh-huh.
were the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer.
Right.
I have the old one here.
Whoa, look at that.
Wow.
Sweet mother of side
What do you
paneling.
guys think's going to happen to values of the old one?
Well,
The
if
new
they
one
keep
coming
the wood trim, then
No, they can't get any more expensive than they are.
no way.
It's basic. It would be at this point. It's almost cheaper to buy the entire city of London and Paris than to buy a used Wagoneer. They
What
are
about
so expensive.
What if we found the Gerari? You know, there's that museum in Reno
Yeah.
that someone swapped a Ferrari V12.
Yeah, into
In-
a
into
Wagoneer.
a- into a Jeep?
Anyways, this is actually a good question though. Should Jeep bring back wood paneling?
Yes.
Yes. No. That was the wrong answer.
Chrysler
The answer
did it
is
with
no.
Chrysler did it with the
There might
PT
be-
Cruiser.
Seriously, there might be a Wagoneer coming back. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, no,
they're-
I know.
Yeah,
We
totally.
talked about that.
Well, yeah. There's a. Okay, we will talk about it now.
Yes.
There is a Wagoneer that might be coming back, according to our little Zach's little product portfolio.
Right.
And it would be big, because I think there it is.
Boom.
Of the storied
nameplates.
Wagoneer and
Wow.
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 That's storied. You know what I want? I want another Commander.
I want a new Grand Wagoneer Gerari.
Oh, Jeff is yelling with the last bit of news,
And
Subaru news.
Jeff just flipped me off from behind the couch.
Jeff doesn't have fingers. How did he flip you off?
That's the crazy part. All right, guys. So that's pretty much all the FCA news that we can jam into one show.
We are really bad at delivering the news.
It was-
Factual, man.
There was so much to talk about. Their 5-year plan is extensive.
Very
It
extensive.
involves a lot of vehicles. So thank you so much for coming to join us today. Please be sure to keep your comments. After the video publishes, you can write comments in the comments section below. We will be sure to read those and respond to as many as we can.
I'm going to play some outro music.
Play some outro music. It's our fake Drake.
Fake Drake, yeah.
Fake Drake music. Thanks for coming, guys. Please be sure to support us on Patreon. If you don't already, Patreon subscribers get some special goodies.
Special bonuses. Go back to patreon.com/TFLcar for all of those.
Dude, we just played the music out on ourselves right now.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. We don't get it on this